All right, so we're going to do a role reversal right now, and I'm actually going to ask a couple of questions to Dr. Mel. So I want to know what are some of the like core principles or values that you can just instill in millennials or people who are boomers like yourself, or we even have silent generations still in leadership, depending on where they're at. How do we create some healthy synergy around working together as one unified generation?
Well, first of all I can do is speak for myself because I can only give and walk out and model my heart, my passion, my values, my call, my voice,
Yeah.
okay, what God has placed inside of me. And there's three basic words that I literally allow to lead my life. One is leadership. And leadership is not autocratic. Leadership is not being in control. Leadership is modeling the way for someone else to follow. Because how can I be critical of what you do if I've been modeling it my whole life? I say, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
And so, no, if there is something that I want to see instilled in another generation, then I have to be willing to model that in such a way that they love my leadership. So in the midst of that, they're looking and saying, that's the kind of leader I want to be. And then automatically they will take that on and lead others in that way. And I believe leadership really deals with two other keywords that I'm passionate about, and that is justice. My leadership must be justice, which is power used for good. So I will impact your life, partner with you, work together. What we do is all for the good of another.
Yeah.
And that's so powerful. I believe in win-win relationships.
That's good.
Because when you give to me, it is empowering you.
Yeah.
And when I give to you, it is empowering me. And we are functioning in an exchange of life that literally causes good to be made manifested in ourselves and those that we impact.
Yeah.
And that is what justice is. And if we are going to impact society, if we're going to impact culture, we must model healthy justice.
That's good.
And the right definition of that. And make sure that the decisions I make, the attitudes I have, the way I think about you, how I treat you, how I view you when you're doing good or you're doing bad, I must choose to say, listen, I have got to use my life for your good.
That's good.
And I cannot be critical, judgmental, make assumptions, and slap a bunch of labels on you.
Yeah.
Because that is harmful. Have you ever been labeled in your life?
Yes. Too many times.
And it's very hard to break those labels.
Very hard, yes.
Very hard. So I have a responsibility to reject labels, to reject assumptions, to reject stereotypes and say all millennials are this way, or, all Black young men are this way or that way, or however I want to make a label. I have got to confront that.
Yeah.
Because the moment I label someone or make this assumption about someone, I have just devalued you.
Wow.
Which is my next word, and that is validation.
Yeah.
I have a responsibility as a leader, as a woman, whatever power I have, whatever influence I have, I must use that to value all of humanity.
Wow.
To look at you and not look at what's wrong, but look at what's right.
Yeah.
Because what has got our attention has got our direction, correct?
Yeah.
So if my attention is what you just did wrong, now I'm going to start sabotaging our ability to build relationship and have trust.
Wow.
But if I focus on my attention on your potential, your value, your worth, I have to be able to look at you through eyes of what you can be, not just what I've seen in the past or see in the present. Man, I am so glad that there were people who saw my worth and did not judge me for my attitudes and the actions I had, because I was a mess. And so that stirred inside of me a few years after individuals chose to see the good in me.
Yeah.
I made a decision. In fact, it was a little old lady who would not condemn me.
Wow.
And I was a mess. I was angry. I was bitter. I was blowing cigarette smoke in her face. I was, trying to get her to judge me and condemn me, and she wouldn't do it. And a couple years after that, I remember thinking and saying, someday I want to be that little old lady. Now I'm that little old lady, buddy, And see, it's choosing to see value in someone.
Yeah, that's good.
And every generation can do it. Every race can do it.
Yeah.
Every platform, position, whatever my station in life, all of us have the innate ability to see value in another human being.
Yeah.
And all of us have a responsibility. We are so quick to blame society,
Yeah.
blame people, blame our pain, blame our past, blame the abuses of power against us, rather than rising up out of those things and saying, I choose to model something different.
Yeah, that's good.
And inside every human being is a leader in the making.
Yeah.
Our little babies, you got 2 little babies,
Yes.
2 little girls,
Yes.
twin girls. And guess what? They are leaders in the making.
They're leading me now.
But yeah, they control the whole household, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And so the fact is right now is your window of opportunity to sow a seed into them for the future leader that they're going to be.
That's awesome.
And you'll have it at 2, and you'll have them when they're 3, and when they're 10, and when they're 15, and when they're 30.
Yeah.
It never stops.
Yeah.
It's what we choose to be. Who I choose to become will be a seed planted into all that you can become.
Yeah, that's good.
And all that you are is a seed planted into me that can make me better. Because I learn from you.
Yeah.
And you learn from me.
Yeah.
And I take the skills and the abilities that are inside of you, and I just don't expect you to do it for me,
Yeah.
but to invest into me.
Yeah. Wow.
And you don't expect me to just do it for you,
Yeah.
but you want me to invest into you so you can learn to be the best that you can be.
Yeah.
So when we develop maturity, we accept responsibility, we choose to lead authentically, love deeply.
Yeah, that's good.
We will not just build healthy relationships, but we together will impact our world for good.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. That's all I got. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Mel. That was phenomenal. Thank you.